What's up, YouTube? Kedras here. This is my match preview for Nottingham Forest versus Chelsea. This match is set to take place on Monday, May 4th at Stamford Bridge. And man, was it a pain in the butt to figure out what we are going to do. Chelsea, I'm not too bothered about, but what are we going to do? So many injuries, so much rotation. What's the priority? Let's go through it together, man. So, as with all previews, we start with injuries. Looking at Chelsea, Esteval still out, Gittins still out. So, left winger, right winger, both gone. Philip Jorgensen, the goalkeeper, fortunately had his scan and needed a minor operation. So, I think probably going to be out. Levi Colwell, I've heard that he's back in training, but probably will be a squad player, not a starter. Just because you got to get, you got to get back up to fitness, whenever you're out for a while. Reece James also back in training, but with the same issue as Colwell. I saw in a quote that they're going to take it easy with him. So we just don't want to push too much. So I think they'll probably be in the matchday squad, but not in the starting lineup. Modric, what can you say? Yeah. Anyways. Moving to Nottingham Forest, Callum Hudson-Odoi, as we all know, done for the season. John Victor, done for the season. Nicholas Savona, done for the season. Murillo, it's a weird one because I've heard down the grapevine that he doesn't have like a real injury, but he's not playing. So I'm wondering if maybe there's some beef between him and the manager, but that's all speculation. It's all speculation. Don't expect him to play. I'm just not even going to try to think about what it could be or could not be. Jair Cunha, I also ruled him out. As you know, my 75% rule. It's actually the 50% rule. Speaking of the 50% rule, Ibrahim Sangare, I also am not going to put in our lineup. I think he'll be out. I'm hoping all these guys will be back in time for the Aston Villa match on Thursday. And then Dan and Doy, I'm not going to put these 50% guys in. I can't in good faith do that. So I'm just going to say that they're all out, and Willie Bolly as well. So got a lot of injuries with the whole season without anything. Now that we're doing good, we're getting injured. It is what it is, man. It's the cost of success. But let's get in the lineup. So I'm going to start with the Chelsea lineup. Like I said, I've taken out Reece James and Colwell because I just don't think they're going to play. You're looking at something roughly like this. Sanchez, who's been prone to mistakes, especially lately. Chalaba, Adebayo, Cucurella, and Gusto, which I think, honestly, if I'm going to be frank, that back four is very get-atable, very open to scoring. I know they've been a little bit more compact with the new interim manager, but I think that we can definitely get at them, especially down the wing areas. Why not through the middle? Because you have Lavia and Caicedo. Man, I love Lavia when he's at Southampton. But these two guys right here, definitely defensively solid. Not very creative, obviously. Really good passers, but also stout bulwarks in the middle of the park. So, good defensive base for them to work off of, especially in the middle of the pitch, especially when these fullbacks are so prone to bombing forward. I just think these guys are going to have to hold well and hold good, man. You have Fernandez, Palmer, Neto, and João Pedro. I think Pedro definitely comes back into play over... who was the other guy? I was making fun of him in my head. Delap. Over Delap. Now he's back and fit. Palmer, I think he plays off the right. I don't think you put Fernandez back in the 8 role, just because Lavia and Caicedo creates that defensive solidity you need. And Fernandez is just good as a box crasher, to be honest. Like, to me, he's not, like, defensively as good as Lavia. His best component is his, well, I don't even want to say passing. I think the passing is the same, too. But his ability to box crash and score, you're only going to get that if you're playing in the 10. Obviously, Neto has to play. He's their best winger. And then I think Cole Palmer comes in. And, this actually might turn more into like a 4-2-2-2, but this is just the layout I went with because that's basically the formation they use. But I think this will be the lineup. a very beatable team, especially right now in the form they're in, especially right now the form we're in. So, what does our team look like? So, I thought about it a lot, like a lot, and man, I can't. I'm gonna go through this step by step my thought process. That way, you can understand where I'm coming from. Because some of this I don't think is gonna make sense unless I just explain it. So Sells obviously in goal. He is our Premier League keeper. It's just what it is. Like I said, I already took out Cunha and Murillo, so this should be Morato. Now here's where it gets weird. Do we play a back three? Do we play a back three with Abbott? I think we do. I think we play a back three. I'm gonna say it's gonna be a 3-4-2-1. I'm gonna say it's a 3-4-2-1. It's gonna be Morato, Milinkovic, and I'm gonna say Abbott right here. If I can find him. And then I'm going to say Williams on the right, Nets on the left, because remember, no Awoniyi. Also, Savona, not for the rest of the season, so I think we're going to have that. Kyle Hudson-Odoi is injured, and Doi I'm going to play as him being unavailable. So that leaves Bakwa. I trust Nets more than I trust Bakwa. I'm sorry to say it. And then looking at the front, Sangari, obviously no. Play Anderson here. But then do you play Dominguez, who just played the full game on Thursday? See, this is tough, man. Because you got to rotate something, don't you? And Dominguez played the full 90. Or close to the full 90. Do you play Ryan Yates? Do you play Ryan Yates? Because what Pereira likes to do is that he likes to, if he rotates, he likes to play the starters of the position 45 minutes apiece. 45 minutes apiece. So, unfortunately, we don't have any other center backs. So I think it's going to be a back three. And then Marilla and Jair Cunha, I think, will be available for the game on Thursday. Milinkovic, I mean, he's not like, he doesn't expend himself crazy like, so I think he plays. Anderson, does he play? I think you have to play him. I think he's going to do 45 minutes of Anderson and then 45 minutes of Dominguez, would be my guess. Yates will start. Morgan Gibbs White will start. Do you play Wood? Do you play Wood? I would play Taiwo Awoniyi. I would play Taiwo at striker. Because you play these two guys, but you can switch them out. You can play Igor in. You can play Igor Jesus and Chris Wood in, like at 45 minutes, to switch with Gibbs White. So then, what do you play over here? McAtee. You play McAtee, and then you rotate. Maybe Williams off for Bakwa. Gibbs White off for Igor Jesus or Hutchinson. And then Awoniyi, well, you can leave him there, but you could switch him. Yeah, this is tough. I think this is what we're going to go with. West Ham just lost. Tottenham played today. But you got to gamble if you're Pereira, right? I think this is what he goes with. I think this is what I would go with. That's what I think he's going to go with. Me and him are pretty much aligned on a lot of things. Obviously, I've already laid out the substitutions, but this is what I'm going to go with. This is what I want to go with, okay? So we went through the lineups, talked about Chelsea tactically. I didn't really talk about us tactically because I think like it's going to be very nuanced based on what the formation is and the players that are actually utilized and available. I do expect Pereira to take this game somewhat seriously in that he will play Anderson, he'll play Gibbs White, he'll play Nico Williams, but I will hope that he allows them to rotate and get some rest. Outside of that, what do I think the score is going to be? What do I think the score is going to be? I'm going to say 1-1. I think Chelsea are going to score, and then we're going to hit them pretty quickly back, probably like within 5 to 10 minutes. Or Chelsea are going to score, and we're going to have a late game winner or Awoniyi like scrap goal or something. But I think that's how it's going to go. 1-1 is the result. A draw. It's not so bad. Takes us to 40 points. Pushes us further away from those two in the relegation zone. Fighting it out in the relegation zone. So, yeah. Hey guys, if you like the video, please leave a like, comment, subscribe down below. I know I'm probably not as high on the energy level as I normally am, but that's because I'm trying to be a little quiet. It's 2 o'clock in the morning where I'm at, and my family's sleeping. So please don't hold it against me, and come on, you Reds.